Hey everybody, today let's talk about Superbends. I've got this vintage 1965 Gibson SG all restrung with some elixir strings for a nice classic warm tone. Let's take a look at the 10th fret position and say we're jamming in the key of D. Here I have my D dominant 7 chord E-shaped position, and overlapping with that we have home bass, the minor pentatonic scale. Now, if you want to implement some superbends into your lead playing, it's very simple. One way to do it is just to find the minor third in this key. It's right here, 13th fret of the high E string. Now, typically when we bend in blues and rock music, we're just going to go up a half step, or perhaps a full step. But a superbend is when we go one half step higher, up to the flatted 5th interval, which is a super intense sound. Check it out. Alright, that sounds very Jimmy Page. Let's get that lick down. Grab 13 on the high E string, cover up the other strings so that way you have the option of raking through. Bend it up. Alright, we're bending it up to that G sharp note. Then we can play 10, 13, then 10, 13, 10. Okay, put that together and we have a classic lick for rock and blues. Should sound like this. Okay, now let's talk about some of the other places on the fretboard that you can apply superbends to. Another very common interval to use would be the 5th interval. You can find it in that minor pentatonic scale on the B string, in this case 10th fret position. But it's very, very difficult to be able to bend that note without changing positions, okay? Because we can't bend a minor third up with the index finger, at least not easily. So what you can do is find the same note, but in the upper extension of the minor pentatonic scale. So right here, 14th fret of the G string, a great note to apply a superbend to. Okay, so let's get another lick down, get that into your ear. Okay, so right there, we're grabbing 14th fret of the G string with our ring finger, bending it up to a C note. Next, I'm going to play a hammer pull and a slide. 12, 13, 12, slide down a full step. Then, a little stacking, 12, 12, 10, and then the resolve after a slight bend. Okay, that full lick. Okay, just like that. Okay, so now we're bending off of the minor third. Okay, bending minor third up to flat 5. And here, another kind of super bend, bending the 5th up to a C note, which in the key of D is the flatted 7. Okay, so 2 licks to practice. And just like that. Okay, last stop for today's lesson. I want you to know that you can also find that first variety, that minor third being bent up to a flat 5th, in what is known as the BB's box position. So if I have my minor pentatonic scale, above that I have the upper extension, and above that a whole step, right off of the root note right here, D, I've got BB's box position. All right, which includes that same minor third. Okay, so the next time you're jamming in BB's box, just find yourself a D note and let it rip. All right, friends, I hope you enjoyed this technique and that it's going to help to elevate your lead game. If you're ready to put it to work, then I recommend learning a solo that utilizes it. A perfect choice would be Whole Lotta Love by Led Zeppelin, and you can click the card right up there in the top corner to get started with that lesson. Real quick, I want to thank my patrons for making all these lessons possible. I hope you're enjoying those extra resources, and until next time, this is Rob coming at you from the Jersey Shore saying happy picking.